Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to Cinema Reviews. Tonight, I saw Halloween Ends, the end of the David Gordon Green trilogy with 2018 Halloween Kills and this film Halloween Ends. This review is probably going to be a little bit later than what I expected and what I anticipated, mainly due to the fact that there are many thoughts that are going through my head of how I feel about the film, to the point that I'm probably going to do a spoiler review, so stay tuned for that. It's a little less formal than usual. I even have notes. So let's just jump right into the positives, honestly. This film is very different. It is not your typical Halloween film. Up to this point, I've stayed away from any reviews, any spoiler talk, but I did know going into the film that it was going to be very different. It takes a whole lot of risk, and it's not the same formula that we've seen used before. It's really more of a slow burn film, which I really enjoyed, considering the fact that the 1978 film is pretty much a slow burn as well. There's a lot of moments where really nothing happens, and it makes this film very different than the past two, considering the fact that 2018, you're basically given beat for beat everything that's going to happen, and it keeps on going. Halloween Kills, there's hardly any moment to stop and really breathe or think. So what I appreciate about this film is how it was more of a slow burn, closer to the original film, that really saved a whole lot of the tension for other moments instead of having them back to back to back to back, giving the audience a chance to build suspense throughout. The next pro that I have is that they're a whole lot more subtle with their messaging. Not to the point where it's not noticeable, of course, but a whole lot more subtle than what they did in Halloween Kills. For example, Evil Dies Tonight, Evil Dies Tonight. Overall, they're a whole lot more subtle. It's not as in your face or shoving it down your throat, which is something that I very much appreciated. And for my final positive, the film gives a whole lot of finality, and it gives a whole lot of closure, and it gives a lot of the characters, and honestly the entire town of Haddonfield, an arc of its own, to where it's changed from film to film, from 2018 to Kills to Ends, which honestly makes this film worth it in many ways. Now for my mixed aspects. Some of the characters in this film that are returning are not used to their full potential. The reason why this is a mixed aspect, because while it's good to have them back and see them interact with each other, they're not really given a whole lot to do. I feel like they're underused in the battle against Michael Myers, to the point that some may make the argument, should they have came back at all? Now the next mixed aspect that I have, is contradicts the pro that I have of it being a slow burn, because we spend a whole lot of time with the characters. Now, like I said, that's honestly a pro, considering the first Halloween film was more of a slow burn. There was not a whole lot happening until the very end. But versus that film where Michael Myers was always lingering in the background, watching them, and his presence always known, this film has more. Well, it's just spending time with the characters and seeing them interact in this world after Michael Myers had disappeared. My last mixed aspect is that some of the motivations of some characters are unclear or uninspired. Now moving on to the negatives. The finale left a whole lot to be desired. Because I haven't done much research in this, I'll talk about this more in my spoiler review, but if I have time for it. But originally, Halloween 2018 was supposed to be a one and done deal, be the final conclusion for the Laurie Strode and Michael Myers character. But then it was decided to make 2 more movies after that. So I was really anticipating this movie and thinking it was going to have a big, huge finale. But it left a whole lot to be desired for me personally, because if you're going to spend 2 movies to tell a story, of course it's best to go out on a bang. Not saying that this movie was unnecessary, but it's just the final confrontation could have been better in my opinion. Halloween Kills to me was not the best, and I was really hoping that it would just be a dull middle chapter to something that was going to be great and spectacular, because a whole lot of other movie critics and reviewers on YouTube have been saying that Halloween Kills is just a middle chapter, and hopefully that ends will just blow us away. So overall, the film is good. It is very divisive, if you have not heard that already. A lot of people will probably be upset and not like it. It really all depends on your perspective and how you're going into the film. If you're going in with an open mind, or if you want to see specific things happen. But like I said, there's a whole lot of stuff to digest with this film, so if I have time, I'm probably going to do a spoiler review sometime in the upcoming week. But I thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this movie. Let me know what you thought of this review. I thank you very much for watching, and God bless.